Hello, everybody, and welcome to the podcast whose name is probably already a podcast, The Talk, where me and my co-host Nat talk about everything from movies and TV shows to politics and existential crisis. So, grab a cup of tea, and let's talk about how we got two special guests this time to discuss some topics with us. Nat, would you like to introduce our guests?
Yes, we have two other band members. We got 4 out of 5 tonight. We got Denton Boykin and Haley Blockington.
First time on the podcast. Let's go.
Yeah, and it's the first.
Yeah.
This is the first podcast of the year too, so we're starting off strong.
Okay.
Yeah.
Question: how many times has Denton been on a podcast?
I think this would be his.
Because if this is the third time, we got to come up with a phrase like how the Some Ordinary podcast had a phrase for a guest that has been on for 3 times.
A leech.
Or not so special guest.
Not so special guest would go crazy. Repeat customer.
Nah, that's
No,
crazy.
Call me the rash, like something that comes up every now and then, and it's not very pleasant.
Nah.
That sounds like a shitty supervillain from a random comic issue.
No, that's just going for the tick.
The rash.
They call me the Rash.
I make your skin red and bumpy. Speaking of making skin red, speaking of red and bumpy, Knuckles the Echidna from Sonic 3.
I don't know
I
how
hate that worked. I hate that worked as a transition.
how did you possibly think of that?
It's my third time being on the podcast. 3's a lucky number.
I guess
Okay,
so.
so here's the best thing about this. So y'all 3 all got to experience this movie together in a nice theater, while I had to do shit that day. But
Yeah.
got lucky by visiting my uncle at the right time where he was pirating movies. And so I got to watch it with my uncle pirated Sonic 3.
Oh no. Okay, so when you pirated it, what did you experience? Were there like betting ads? Were there like random?
No. It was a really good pirating site. Like it wasn't.
Oh,
it
then
wasn't,
you had a
it
better
wasn't difficult to
experience than we
navigate.
did watching Craven.
Oh, you didn't experience.
I think I don't even think there were ads on it. If there were ads, they were like normal YouTube style ads. But I
Bro.
don't remember a single ad popping up.
Bro, your uncle needs to put us on game. What website was he using?
I don't remember. I didn't even think to
I was
ask.
watching on someone else's TV.
No, it was live footage. Bro's friend actually went to the theater and was recording for y'all.
I mean, it is theater footage because you can see where people are getting up in the front, and like there's a couple jokes where it was like people got loud enough to get caught on the mic. But for the most part, it was just a perfect experience. Like whoever recorded it went to the perfect theater.
Yeah, at the perfect time with the perfect amount of people.
Right?
Or the-
It was,
One of the lucky ones.
yeah, no, the Sonic 3 experience pirated was crazy good. My only disappointment was that it's this good movie, so it deserves my money.
Sure.
But anyway, since we three have already kind of given our thoughts to each other when we saw it, we don't know what the Sean thinks of it, so let's let him go first.
Okay.
Okay, how do I summarize my general thoughts? I enjoyed how this movie did its retelling of the Sonic Adventure 2 ?
Yeah, Sonic Adventure 2.
Storyline. Yeah, so the Sonic Adventure 2 storyline. I think it did it very well, but there were some small things that I feel like were sacrificed for a reason, but I don't respect those reasons.
Okay, before we continue, there's one thing I forgot to say. Shout out to Presley, because he wanted to be part of this podcast, but he's camera shy. So shout out to him. He's a huge Sonic fan.
Yeah. You know what? Double shout out. Let's. We gotta get our random YouTuber who's definitely bigger than us. We gotta get that random shout out, and this one's gonna go to Movie Bob, specifically because Movie Bob for some reason cannot stand these Sonic films, even though they are better than so many for kids video game adaptations. Not even video game adaptations. Adaptations. Like, I
I don't know what you're
think
talking about. Pixels was great.
Yeah, Pixels was peak.
I was even talking about Pixels. Like in terms of adaptations, they are on par with like the first few Alvin and the Chipmunk movies, because I will stand by that the first two were definitely good, and once you start going further than that, the quality kind of dips.
Well, you don't like Alvin and the Chipmunks chipwrecked?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I will say
Simone because he gets bitten by a spider.
we don't need to talk about this.
It's me, Simone. I am a chipmunk.
But yeah, so I think they are on par with those Alvin and the Chipmunk movies, at least the first two, and are leagues and bounds better than Smurfs. Both live action Smurf movies can burn in a fire forever.
Oh yeah, I remember I watched the live action Smurf movie. Were there multiple?
There were two.
Yeah.
They got a sequel.
I don't think I'll ever watch the sequel. I only watched the first one.
Yeah, no. The second one gets the claim to be better just because it felt more like a story about the Smurfs and not the Smurfs coming to the human world and messing with a man's ad campaign.
God, I hate when adaptations do that. They're like, okay, how do we adapt famous character? Put them in the human world and team them up with random white guy.
And ruin his life.
Right? Like, talk about Sonic all you want with it. Oh, it's technically doing the same thing. No, it's not, because Sonic Adventure 2 basically confirms that they're in a human world. All right, so Sonic Adventure 2 and I think 06 are both examples where they're not on their own like plane of existence. So it's okay. They did an adaptation perfectly. Shadow's story doesn't work if you don't have humans.
Yeah. I mean, like, the first Sonic movie is the closest to that, like, cliche formula. You know, road trip buddy movie with Sonic. But then after that, with the second and third movie, they locked in.
Hard as hell, bro.
Yeah.
Shows some of the best games to adapt to.
Yeah, Sonic 3 is so far the best video game adaptation we've had. I'm just gonna put that out there.
Leagues better than that fucking Uncharted movie that decided, oh, we're probably only gonna be able to make one of these, so let's just steal every single cool set piece from all 4 games.
And then, like, at the end, like, wasn't it at the end you said it was set up kind of like a prequel almost?
Yeah, because of with how the post-credit scene works, it makes it look like it's a prequel to the other 4 games. Which, like, why would you do that when you took set pieces from the other 4 games? Like, what?
I remember there was a scene where, like, I think it was, I can't remember, but they ended up on a beach, and then, like, there was this guy that they talked to, and he was like, oh, what happened with y'all? Oh, we fell out of a plane. And then he's like, something like that happened to me too once. And I remember...
Yeah, it was the voice actor, yeah.
Yeah, I remember when we saw it in a theater, I was like, yeah, that's probably someone we should recognize. And yeah, it was Nathan Drake. It was his actual actor.
Whenever I think of Nathan Drake, I always think of that one Subway ad.
What Subway ad?
There was a Subway ad? What?
Yeah, you know, where he's like, hi, I'm Nathan Drake, and I love eating Subway, and he's falling out of a plane. Hold on, let me find it.
I am no... This is...
Hold on. I'm gonna find the Nathan Drake Subway ad.
Okay, you do that.
You're finding the Nathan Drake Subway ad. Yeah, Sonic 3 was good. I think they should have added Rouge. I think they didn't because they're pussy.
No. They'll add Rouge at some point, but they're gonna have to give her a not so revealing outfit. They're gonna give her, like, her outfit.
That already exists. It's called several of her redesigns over the years. We could have...
Yeah, like the one from Sonic Prime. I actually like that outfit.
Right? Like, no, they've already, like, they could have done it. There were so many ways you could have done Rouge, and I think the movie would have been better for it. But I have like this sneaking inkling suspicion that they didn't do it because they brought back, because in Sonic Adventure 2, Robotnik's grandfather is dead, like dead as hell.
Mhm.
Right? Doesn't factor in the slightest into the story. But to make a way better story, I'll be honest, I think the story works so much better with him still alive. Like, all the motivations feel way better than just, I'm gonna take over the world by threatening to shoot you with the cannon. Like, what?
I'm gonna piss
Yeah,
on the
all the
moon.
motivations and stuff, and like the reason the cannon even exists, like, it works so much better that he's alive. But in making him alive, we had 3 characters, 2 humans, one fantasy weird furry thing. So they were like, well, we can't make Team Dark 4 people, right?
Anyway,
So I have a secret suspicion that that's the reason why.
Oh god. What is this?
Oh my god, it's the Uncharted 3 Nathan Drake. Oh my god.
This is when Subway peaked.
Well, good. Well, let's hope this was after Jared.
Oh, nah, that's diabolical. Imagine this is after Jared, so they got Nathan Drake to replace him. Just a fictional character.
Hey, I mean, a fictional character can't. Hey, look, a fictional character ain't gonna turn out to,
Be a kid
be
diddler.
a little too fresh, if you catch my drift.
Continue what you were saying, Rahshawn.
Yeah, I don't think I have much else to say about it except the fourth wall joke was good.
Oh yeah, it's almost like we're 2 characters in a movie.
Played by the same actor.
Yeah, that was great. It caught me so off guard. I didn't expect them to. I never would have expected that.
It had real The Mask energy. I don't know why.
Yeah, this is. I agree with people who say that this is probably some of Jim Carrey's best work in years.
I can't believe that this man refuses to retire.
No, because he only, because like if you look at his filmography, the only movies he's done in the past like few years were the Sonic movies. Like that's all bro is interested in doing now.
I mean, I do the same thing.
Yeah.
Right? Oh, also great post-credit scene.
Well, technically there was 2, but yeah, the mid-credit scene.
Okay, does proving that Shadow is alive to count as a post-credit scene? All right.
Okay, but yeah,
we all know what I mean when I say it.
Yeah, the mid-credit.
3 arches of hair and wields a giant hammer.
Wait, I want to see if there's a GIF of her. Amy Sonic 3. There is. But yeah, that's
so pretty. She looks so cute.
I know, I love her design.
You see, what they did here was they realized that if we make her flip around, we have to somehow animate around the fact that her dress is way too short. So give her a whole new outfit.
At least for now, until we work out the kinks.
I told this to Nat whenever we were talking about it. I get the feeling that this Amy's gonna be a little more like sarcastic and a bit sassy. Like, she is that in the games, but maybe less like, I don't know, less annoying. Maybe still annoying, but like the right amount.
I still hope.
Generation.
I still hope that they. Wait, Sean, you go first.
No, you go first.
I was gonna say, I really hope that they keep her crush on Sonic. Their whole thing where she likes him and he's like constantly like ignoring her advances. I really hope they keep that.
I don't know if they will.
I hope they keep it too. I just wish I just hope they don't make her insufferable. I want the gag to be funny.
I want her to be like how she is in Sonic Boom, where it's like she's a bitch, but like she's funny to watch.
I still think about that soccer scene where she's like, "Oh, will this woman break the glass ceiling?" and Knuckles just goes all woke feminist on her.
Yeah, that's great.
Taking Knuckles just out feminist, Amy. That seems amazing.
I've actually memorized his entire speech that he says.
There's no fucking way. Go off right now. And
Okay.
Say something about Amy.
Okay. Wait. Give me a second to prepare. You know, Amy, anytime someone calls to the breaking of gender roles, it ultimately undermines the concept of gender equality by implying that this is an exception and not the status quo. What? Just because I'm a meathead doesn't mean I'm not a feminist.
No, Knuckles absolutely destroyed her with facts and logic.
Yeah.
Yeah, my thing about Amy is judging by Sonic X Shadow Generations and how they removed all of the animation where she's like being way too clingy towards Sonic and made her way more normal. And also the is it the IDW comics? What's the current run? I think it's from IDW. The current run of the Sonic comics have also done this thing where she's kind of way more tame about liking Sonic. Like, she's not annoying girlfriend.
Okay.
So I think
I don't know. I kind of like that about. I kind of liked it a little bit about her. I just think in some games they kind of overdid it.
Yeah. As long as
I think the crust might still be there. As long as they don't make it a love triangle between her, Knuckles, and Sonic, I think I'll live.
yeah.
Her shadow, Nick.
Oh god, that'd be even worse.
The movie would get canceled and a box office bomb.
No, the movie won't get canceled. It's because the Shad Amy shippers will finally get fuel to that fire, and they don't need that.
I may be the ultimate life form, but you're my ultimate better half.
Also, can we talk about how this movie handled... this movie balanced the human stuff and the, Sonic character stuff so much better than the other movies.
Yes, it is the perfect... It got the perfect balance.
Yeah, because, Tom and his girlfriend, I can't remember if they're married. Tom and his...
married.
Okay, Tom and his wife they managed to give them a big role in the movie, but, it wasn't the primary focus or even really the secondary focus. So it's still
that scene where they're
it felt very tertiary.
I like that scene where they're trying to live a normal life and they realize they hate it.
Yeah, and then Tom
blackface, I guess.
And then Tom has the little puppet Tom.
I love Puppet Tom.
Did you wait, Sean? Because I remember I was talking with you before about how some people theorized that Tom was gonna die, and I thought for a moment that he was either gonna die when Shadow punched him, or they were gonna leave it ambiguous as to whether or not he was alive, or if he was in a coma or something.
Honestly, if I was on the writing team, I'd have thrown him in a coma.
Yeah.
I might have killed him, because I think that pushes Shadow a little
too far
into unredeemable.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
Coma him out, even though he didn't realize it wasn't him, right? But it would have still been wild to say all that, oh no, your friend died. L
L plus ratio plus Mahi was the wrong guy.
Right.
Your friend's
right, but I feel like Comatose Tom would have worked fine. Also,
I love that people are under
shout out
comatose.
to Knuckles' theories apparently being important in the slightest, because I guess because I feel like maybe if you watched it, you would have known that he hangs out with Wade enough to trust him with that.
Look, I literally made the joke of after that scene, which by the way, I love that scene where Wade had this, whole 6-episode series where he was basically the main character, and then he gets a 30-second scene in this. I thought that was funny. But I just love how after we saw the scene, I literally turned to Denton and I was like, great, now I have to watch the Knuckles show to understand.
No.
You really didn't. You could just assume that he gave it to him off screen and he likes him enough to do that.
Yeah.
He wasn't non-existent in the other two movies.
Yeah, that was the joke. You don't have to actually watch the Knuckles series. But I just like how, because the reason why that scene is there is to break up the tension, because the last 5 minutes were super intense. Shadow just possibly killed Tom. Sonic and Knuckles have that really good back and forth, and Knuckles is just so you know, the Emerald is being guarded by the most dangerous and trustworthy person I know. Then it just cuts to Wayne just playing hockey with it.
My favorite thing about that is like him saying, "Oh, most dangerous and trustworthy person I know," and then Sonic just kind of fucking rocks his shit, takes it, and leaves.
Yeah, and Wayne doesn't even put up a fight. He's just like, I'm sorry, Sonic, but I told Knuckles I'd guard my life. And Sonic just takes it, and he's like, well, I tried.
I mean, what are you gonna do? Bro's faster than light.
Yeah.
What if, like, after all that setup in the Knuckles show, like, Sonic just did a spin dash and killed him?
No, too many people like Wayne. Too many people like him.
No, he hits him with the spin dash, and, like, it's like the robots, and they came, he turns into a little bird.
Why?
He was secretly a bird the whole time, piloting a human.
Okay,
See,
now...
that's why you're not a writer, Denton.
Yeah, Bo's just yapping now.
There's a dream in my head.
What else? Oh yeah,
But yeah,
okay.
Speaking of robots, oh my god, it's like to a T, every detail, every minute detail.
Talking about Metal Sonic?
Yes, it's like down to the last minute detail. It is him, bro. He is the most accurate recreation of a character ever. Oh my god.
Do you think, because I've seen some people argue about this, do you think in the fourth movie Metal Sonic should talk?
I don't mind either way. I just hope that the fourth movie is based off of Sonic CD.
Yeah, I mean, that's the most obvious.
I thought Metal Sonic could talk.
It kind of depends. Obviously, in the early games, he didn't, but I'm pretty sure during that Chaos arc, which I think is Sonic Adventure 1, which is why no one ever talks about it, because no one ever talks about Sonic Adventure 1, he did speak.
But, like, I want it to be like, was it Sonic Adventure 2 or 1 where, like, he basically became a god. He became this thing, Neo.
Yeah, Sonic Adventure 1. Yeah, the Neo thing comes from Adventure 1, because Adventure 2 is all the shadow stuff.
Okay, I want to see Neo Metal Sonic in a movie.
That is the case. That's what I mean. It's like because you don't have to do CD just because you did Amy. Adventure 1 is right there. To kind of, and it would make sense with all the Metal Sonics that you get a final the big final Metal Sonic boss, especially since we don't really know what happened to the Emerald, and you could say that all of the weird stuff that they did, splitting it between them, broke free chaos. You can do it. It's not impossible. I think that it'd be better if you fuse both plot lines together, so no weird planet stuff, but still do the time travel, and and then still do like the Sonic Adventure 1 base stuff of, Chaos and Neo. I think that's the best way to fuse both once. And it also gives you the most to flesh with, to play out with.
By the way, speaking of potential time travel, do you think that, well, how should I phrase this? One, do you think that they could do a fourth Sonic movie without Jim Carrey? And two, if they did bring him back, how should they do it?
If they were going to do it, should they? That's really up to them. I think that this franchise could reasonably jump forward without any of the humans now, because post Shadow, you don't need them anymore because no one respects Sonic 06, and you should just change that story.
So you don't think, but like Dr. Eggman, isn't he like a very important character in most Sonic games?
In the sense that he's the villain, but you can rewrite a lot of Sonic games to not have him. Like Sonic 06 already has a whole villain. Like he's there, but you already have a whole nother villain that is the actual final boss that you can use instead of just him, right? CD's Metal Sonics are just everywhere, let alone that the final boss is Neo in Adventure. So you just have all of that you can work with instead of fighting Eggman again. Sonic Colors is a little harder. If you were gonna do that storyline, a lot of that does like directly Eggman did some stuff, so probably keep him around in case you really want to do colors for some reason.
What do you?
Don't do Where Sonic.
Yeah. Why not? Why not?
I want to see the AMVs that come out of Weird Sonic.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't think. All right. Okay, so I might be wrong about this, but I'm pretty sure that the Sonic game where he becomes a knight of the Round Table doesn't have Eggman at all. So you can easily do that story if you wanted to. Sonic Forces has a secondary antagonist in whatever Infinite, and honestly, making him the main antagonist and kicking out Eggman could probably fix some things about his character. So no, and then like if you really run out of stuff, Starline from the IDW comics, I swear it's IDW. Starline from the IDW comics is like the exact same kind of personality, a scientist who fucks with Sonic, but he's like an animal too. He's like a duck. So like, even if you still needed that science thing, it's right there.
Some people have thought that because Jim Carrey already said that he would love to come back for Sonic 4. Like, that man is never actually going to retire. And a lot of other people have brought this up and didn't brought it up in chat. What if he comes back as Eggman Nega?
That wouldn't. Eggman Nega is literally a side game thing. I don't think they'll ever touch that again.
But that would be so funny if Jim Carrey wants to come back, and so they're like, okay, I guess we'll do this.
I mean, yeah, you can, and it would be fun, but I doubt that they'd ever touch something from like such a. It's such a spin-off game.
Yeah.
Right, but with that being the case, yeah, so you don't need him.
Okay.
At any time, if Jim Carrey decides he fully wants to retire, you can just stop using the character of Eggman. Especially since every single time they throw this man to the wolves because they're scared that he might just die, I guess.
Yeah, because
they have to rewrite it. I swear to God, this is why they keep killing him off.
Yeah, because Jim Carrey notoriously does not like doing sequels. He hates them. So at the end of Sonic 1, he gets teleported to the Mushroom Planet, and if I remember correctly, his fate is like left ambiguous. Like, we know he's there, but like you could just leave him there. Then
you can leave him there, right?
Yeah. Then second movie, he falls to his death and he says, "Later, haters," which would have been a W way. Would have been a W way to go out. Your final line in a film. And then this one, like, he just straight up actually dies in this one. Like, there is.
To be fair, the Shadow Cheese kind of just is also an Eggman tease.
Yeah.
Shadow survived that, so did he. Type-ish.
Yeah, I saw some people theorizing that.
They wanted to kill him. Like, I swear they're so worried this man is gonna drop dead.
Yeah. No, Jim Carrey's not even that old. He's only like 62. He's not even that old yet.
You can drop dead whenever.
I mean, that's true, but like, that's another reason why I asked the question of like, could they do future Sonic movies without Jim Carrey? Because part of the massive appeal to general audiences, at least for these movies, has been Jim Carrey, and so like, would they be able to like fill the hole that would be left by his absence?
I think you can. You just have to set up rightly for it. Especially if you can get them, or even like every movie has lessened the human element. And the more you get away from that, I feel like you can just trick people into like being fine with animation.
Yeah.
Right? Like the stories are fine. I think they can survive.
The question is, who do you think sent the Metal Sonics at the end? Because there's two popular theories. One is that, what's her name? From Gun, I think it's Agent, like, Rockwell, sent them. Or that they're a failsafe protocol created by Eggman or his grandpa.
I mean, if we do the CD time travel, obviously it's someone from the future is trying to Terminator Sonic. right? So in that case, I think you make it either. I honestly don't think you make it part of Gun. I think you either do, hey, Jim Carrey decided to come back again. It was Eggman. He sent it back. But it's future Eggman, and we don't know where current timeline Eggman is, right? And so that's how he can kind of keep the "I was a good person" thing going. Is like, oh well, technically you were fighting weird alternate future me, right? And I can be rehabilitated, or I'm still off world because I doubt Shadow's coming back for this movie.
Yeah, no, I think he'll be a post-credit scene.
Come back. I just don't think they'll write Shadow back in. I think Shadow might get a Knuckles style spin like season like so.
I know a lot of people are campaigning for a PG-13 Sonic the Hedgehog movie, but it's not gonna happen. Just let that dream die.
Like yeah, no, that's never gonna happen. But yeah, I think if they do want to do another one of those shows in the middle of like the movies, you either do Knuckles season 2, and instead of doing the Wade show, you make it Knuckles and Chaotix.
No, Wayne was peak. He was peak.
Right? Instead of making it like the Wayne show, unlike the movies have been, like, de-integrate the humans and make it Knuckles Chaotic, because people like those three characters.
I was talking to a friend
Shadow
about introducing Team Chaotix, and they said that we should just like have a second Knuckles, second season of Knuckles where they're introduced.
Yeah, I saw some people, because before the first season came out, I saw people theorizing that they would introduce all of them there, and like, no.
Which they should have.
You gotta focus on
I kind of get why not. It's a TV show, so it doesn't have the budget, which is also part of the reason why they did all the human stuff. Right? Is that you kind of don't have the budget to animate these four things in the same way. But in that case, I don't know. Make it fully animated.
Yeah, I was actually gonna suggest that, like, just do a fully animated spin-off series. It would be a lot cheaper and easier.
Right? It's like, But what do we know? We're a sub 1,000 YouTube channel.
Yeah, for now.
For now. But yeah, I think that's most of my
manipulate
thoughts
people into subscribing.
Yeah, I think that's most of my thoughts on the movie.
How do you think they handled Maria's death and Shadow's backstory as a whole?
I think that it was like pretty solid, just kind of retelling of the story in a way where it makes sense how, their names are so similar. Which Robotnik? I don't want to say the wrong G word.
Gerald.
Yeah, how Gerald Robotnik would have survived the raid is because it was less of a full shutdown and more of a, we want this guy in particular, right?
Yeah.
In the snaggy flesh.
By the way, I love how they don't give any explanation of why Gerald's been alive so long. He's just casually 110 years old.
I mean, you're a crazy good scientist. You get yourself the good bucks.
Yeah, Bro's just been very healthy, probably exercised in his cell all these years.
Only to be zapped like a bug.
That could not be me being like, well, I only loved one of my grandchildren. The other one could get fucked.
Oh yeah, I told Denton this the other day. It is still a mindfuck to think that Maria and Ivo are technically cousins. Every time I remember it, it feels so weird.
That's that 110-year-old difference.
Yeah. Well, 50-year difference. I think they did her death the best that they could, given it's a PG movie. With, she doesn't get shot, but rather one of the soldiers, hits something and explodes, and you don't even actually see her body. It's very obscured, but it works. They did what they could with the limitations of the age rating.
Yeah, and I think they made like a better death scene because of it, right?
Yeah, and also brought this up as well, but in the games, Maria is just a blank slate. Like, she's just sad child for tragic backstory. But in the movie, they actually gave her like some personality with the little screen time she had.
Yeah, she was quirky. She was quirky. She was charming.
Yeah.
I also really like how they handled Shadow in this movie. I also said this whenever me and Nat were talking about the movie. And I don't know if this is a hot take, I think this is a better representation of his character than how he's portrayed in the games.
Yeah.
Especially the more modern ones, yeah.
Yeah.
I think this is the most accurate they've been to in like the Adventures 2 and Shadow the Hedgehog canon route.
He doesn't feel like a total edgelord.
Like, he is edgy, but he knows when to, like, stop, being brooding for a moment. Like, when Sonic is genuinely trying to support him and be like, look, we gotta fight the same enemy. And he's like, oh, okay, I guess I will. Like it's not, because I know how he is in the games. In the games, he's like, oh, I'll team up with you just for now, Sonic, but I hate you. But, like, no, there's, like, a sense of camaraderie in this movie.
Yeah.
Bad Shadow is written like Cell Arc Vegeta instead of Shadow.
But I was literally about to say, cause Shadow is basically the Vegeta to Sonic's Goku. I was literally about to bring that up.
Yeah. It's very funny how many parallels you can make between the Dragon Ball characters and the Sonic characters, and they stay very consistently accurate.
Yeah, and they also go Super Saiyan.
Right, down to Knuckles. Down to Knuckles and Piccolo are weird alternate races, right? Because Shadow and Sonic are both hedgehogs, Goku and Vegeta both Saiyans, but you got Knuckles the Echidna and Piccolo the Namekian, right?
Mm-hmm.
Both like weird alternate races that are guardians of the big like 7 objects that the show is that the franchise is known for, that are constantly considered black in the fandom.
Yeah,
right? There's so many parallels between the two, it's hilarious.
This sounds like a setup for
like they don't have the super form.
Honestly, that sounds like a very long and convoluted. If I had a nickel for every time.
Right? Like, it's so weird how paralleled they are, because I don't think it's on purpose. I don't think they try to, like, they set out to make Knuckles Piccolo.
But it just fits so well.
Because down to the fact that, like, a lot of, like, their characterization doesn't exist at the time period that they were writing Knuckles. Like, around the time they were writing Knuckles, the manga was just in the Frieza arc, and we just got Super Saiyan. So a lot of like the characteristics that Piccolo has are like either from way before that arc, or way after, and they just accidentally just right on the nail.
Also, I think Keanu Reeves did a pretty good job. I know some people say it felt like he was phoning it in, but I personally didn't get that from his performance.
Keanu Reeves felt like he wanted to be there. He felt fun. He felt like he was having fun.
Yeah, I especially love the line where it's after Team Sonic jumps out of the helicopter and they try talking with him, and I forget the exact line Shadow says, but he's like, "You just jumped out of a gun helicopter. There's nothing to talk about." Like, the way, like, just Keanu's like cadence when he says that, it hits.
So, don't call it Team Sonic. That's fine. Don't just call them Team. You have an alternate name for them. It's Team Hero. What did you... They have an alternate name if you didn't want to name it after Sonic because that feels egotistical. And Sonic grew past that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I guess you could say we're all a colorful bunch.
You're a colorful bunch.
Anyways, can't wait for Team Dark to rise from the ashes. And somehow Shadow finds Omega and Rouge.
Yeah, I need to see Rouge in live action.
Stop it.
I don't mean that in a weird way. I mean, like, she's cool.
She is a very fun character, and she has a really and she can have really cool parallels with Shadow and Knuckles.
I like her relationship with Knuckles.
Yeah.
Also, well, why do I have the sinking feeling that we got Amy and that's it? We're not gonna get Team Rose.
I don't think they'll do just Amy, because I just don't think there would be. Well, obviously people would be hyped and excited to see Amy. I mean, like, have you seen the audience reactions to her in the post-credit scene? But it's like,
Yeah, they were like, boo!
no, they weren't. But like, there's definitely gonna be more characters.
Well, here's the thing, though. Like, I want to agree with you, but for Sonic 1, we got the Tails post-credit scene, and we ended up getting Knuckles as well, right? So that would be a point for you. But then Sonic 2, we get the Shadow post-credit scene, and Rouge is nowhere to be found. So maybe it's in every other movie, right? Maybe every other movie you get more than one.
Well, then that means we will get more characters, because first movie we have Tails.
Other movie, right?
Yeah, it works out. First movie we get Tails. Second movie you get Tails and Knuckles. Post credit scene we get Shadow. Third movie we only get Shadow. This one we get Amy. So the fourth movie we get Amy and someone else. So whether that be whether that be Rouge or it be Silver, like some people are also really wanting.
I doubt you do Silver, because Silver and Blaze are the parallel. If you wanted to do that, you'd show Blaze off.
So
That's why I say Team Rose, because Big the Cat and Cream the Rabbit would be cool, especially since Cream the Rabbit gets no love from Sega.
So do you think they'll be saved? Okay, I think Sonic 4, just based off all this discussion, Sonic 4 will have Amy and Rouge. And then Sonic 5, you have Silver and all the other ones. And then Sonic 6, which they're not worthy being named.
All the other ones, Vector, Charmy, SBO.
Shout out to the fact that we're not going to get Mighty and Ray.
or probably Blaze. Do you think we'll get Blaze? No. She's with Silver. We'll probably get Blaze at some point.
And then
not getting Mighty, Ray, or Fang.
And then Sonic.
Oh, let's not get started on Fang. What about that one polar bear? What was his name? Like Bark?
Oh, not getting Bark.
What about Mecha Sonic or that one Metal Sonic in like Sonic 2? That was just Metal Sonic.
Definitely not getting either of those unless it's a really cool like Easter egg of like the early versions of the Metal Sonics. That'll be right now. That'd be fun. My stance on any Sonic clone robot thing is probably not, unless it's a really cool. They're building these right now, and these are like the old models.
So, I'm pretty sure, because if I remember correctly, the director of the Sonic films said that they are building towards their own quote-unquote endgame. And I believe Sonic 6 will probably be that. I don't think they're gonna make like a whole 5-6 trilogies out of this. I think they
can make a Fast 10 amount of movies based on the Sonic characters and not have run out of stories that you can adapt. I'm gonna keep it $1.50. Sonic 10 being Sonic Forces, and then you could do it. And every other story is the stories before that. It's possible.
Yeah, I mean, if you don't know, the franchise is called the Sonic Cinematic Universe, and I remember when they announced that, there were some people who were like, "Why? Not everything has to be a cinematic universe. Just call it a franchise." There's so much world building and story potential that it's gonna go just beyond regular franchise at that point.
I don't know, because I feel like Fast and Furious doesn't get to be called a cinematic universe. That's a franchise.
Well,
cinematic universes kind of should be saved for like if you follow other people, and I don't mean weird one-offs where you do it, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, like yeah, I get what you mean, because like the whole point of a cinematic universe is that it's a universe made up of cinema, different movies following different characters. Whereas Sonic, I wonder who you follow in all the movies.
Every movie, right?
Yeah. I'm trying to think of what else. When do you think we'll get okay, so if they go the Fast X route, if they make this whole franchise, at what point would we get Styx? My favorite Sonic character.
You probably wouldn't. I don't know if they touch Sonic Boom original things, because I'm pretty sure Styx is Sonic Boom original. I don't know if Sega allows any of that to escape the vault.
to escape the
what they allow.
To escape the Sega vault.
I think the best you can hope for is that they make an original character that feels like Styx.
Boo, that's lame.
I don't even think the comics use Styx.
Because
if they do,
no, I'm pretty sure. Well, I know Sonic Boom had some comics, but I don't know if it's like separate from like. I don't know how
they're titled Sonic Boom. They're separate because the Sonic Boom, you might as well consider its own separate franchise.
Sonic, yeah, I'll look it up. Sonic Boom comic.
I mean, I agree with Rahshawn. I think Styx, when she was introduced, like I was like, oh, this is a fun little character, but they do nothing with her.
Yeah. Also, I did look it up. It is its own comic series called Sonic Boom. It's its whole other thing.
And I like Styx. I think she's fun, but like that's it. I mean, we have other fun characters. Like, what's her go-to that she's like wilderness, that she's wild? I mean,
yeah, she plays off of Amy very well.
I mean, she's just lame though. They don't do anything with her. She's not very interesting. It's just like, haha, lol. She's crazy. She's like Sandy Cheeks from SpongeBob.
Oh shit! She got a mention in Sonic Frontiers. All right, she might be viable.
just that one new piece of info. Yeah, actually, I might be wrong.
Sonic Frontiers is not like Sonic Frontiers is kind of viable for if you get mentioned in there, you're on the radar for Sega.
Let's go. So there's at least a 1% chance.
Now we just need
Sonic. It's gonna be towards film ancient. Because Sonic Forces does show off the main bad guys from the first Sonic Boom game, doesn't it? For the only Sonic Boom game, doesn't it?
Lyric.
Yeah, Lyric.
The giant mech snake.
Not the giant mech snake. Isn't Lyric? Which game is it that has those? I swear it was a Sonic Boom game that those individuals were introduced in. Like the weird group of enemies. One was like they all were different colors. The green one was the weirdly humanoid, sexy one for some reason. That's Sonic Lost World. You're thinking of the beasts.
I spaced out for a second, and then came back when I heard humanoids, sexy green one.
Yeah, you know how like every single thing has to have like if you have a bunch of differently shaped weird like polygon things, one of them has to be female, and the female one has to look like a weird human female for some reason. Every time.
Yeah.
Yeah, is Lost World considered Boom canon? That is the question.
No, because Boom was like a soft reboot. Lost World was trying to be its own thing. Anyway, Rahshawn, they're called the Deadly Six.
They're called the Deadly Six. That's so cringe. Over here trying to steal the Sinister Six's.
I was really about to say, it's like, y'all got Sinister Six?
Nah, we got the Deadly Six.
Like, come on.
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna pull them up right now. I'm gonna put it in the chat with my max res default JPEG.
Okay.
Okay, and I'm gonna explain them. I'm gonna explain them all to you. Okay, so there's Zor. He's emo. That's his character. We got Zaz. He's wild and crazy. That's his character. We have Zik. He's wise and old and funny old man. That's his character. Zavok, he's evil. He's the final boss and also the first boss of Sonic Forces. he's evil and serious, and he's like, oh, I got
The leader and all that.
Why did they
Yeah, so that's we had Nat, shut up. Yeah, I'm talking.
Alright, okay.
I'm talking about Zaman. You can't interrupt me when I'm talking about
Oh,
Zaman.
my bad. I didn't know we were talking about Zaman. My bad.
His character trait is that he's guys. I want you to listen to this. He's fat and he likes to eat.
What a shock. I'm so surprised.
And then we have
Everyone needs
Xena.
to eat or you'll die.
I would do unspeakable things to Xena, and that's her character.
Okay, how do I kick it from
her
this call?
and she's the token girl of the group.
And they don't.
All
do
of their
anything
names start
interesting.
with Z. Why weren't they called something like the Z, the Deadly Z's?
Ooh. Deadly Z is kind of cool.
Salad.
Or like the Dead Lees, but like instead of an S, it's a Z. Dead
Yeah.
Or they could be called like they could be called like the Z's, and their tagline could be, you know, like, oh, we knock you unconscious. You know, the Z's asleep.
No,
Yeah,
not
like,
Z's, because they'll be the end of you like the alphabet.
Ooh, wait, I gotta send the GIF. Wait.
It goes hard for a kid's game. I'm not gonna lie, it goes hard for a kid's game.
Wait.
Also, like, they don't do anything with Xena. She is like Rahshawn says, she's just a girl. I mean, in one.
As you know, if you need to make stock standard characters, you only need to make however many you need minus one, because the one stock standard can be girl. And that's it. All you gotta do is make her girl. Every basic trait you can ever think of, girl. Put it all on that character, girl.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Rahshawn. In one boss fight, she literally is talking about like, "Oh my gosh, I'm gonna like break a nail fighting you. I don't really want to
Oh
do
my
this."
god. It's literally, it's exact. That's it. It's the exact line of dialogue every time.
And Sonic, Sonic has a funny line in that cutscene. Probably one of the only funny things. He's like, "Wow, I really feel bad for you that you have nothing else better to do with your life."
Oh, roasted.
Well, it's the one funny joke in Lost World. It's not even that funny. I like it.
Also,
everything else is like Baldy McNose hair. We like to make fun of Eggman.
I'm trying to think back to how can we tie this back to Sonic 3.
And how can we transition into murder tropes?
Oh yeah, that's the other topic.
Baldy.
Can we talk about how great Jail's death was in the movie?
Oh yeah, I love the bug zapper.
Yeah, like I didn't even process that he died at first.
I was like, oh my god, they killed him. That's wild.
Yeah. Also, I 100% believe that the dance scene with them was not in the script. I 100% believe Jim Carrey just did it like that day that they filmed. I 100% believe that.
It cuts back to Tails, and he's just like, they're almost there.
I know, Rahshawn, that's the only part of the movie I actually burst out laughing, because it goes from them dancing and spinning around to just Tails very seriously, they're almost in. That shit had me dying. I also love the joke. Dan, you know the joke I'm thinking of with Gerald.
Well, there's a lot of jokes with Gerald.
It's
Oh yeah. The Grandpa, can you believe it? Yeah, a woman in the military.
Yeah, I like that. Actually making a person who's that old actually act like that, crazy work.
Yeah. What else? I'm trying to think what else do I have to say about the movie. And then Knuckles says that Tails looks like someone says Tails looks like Detective Pikachu, and then
they get Idris to hit the most perfect Pika ever uttered.
Yeah. Okay. Before we move on, just a quick summation. What would we all rate Sonic 3?
I would rate it. Well, it was. Wait, hold on. Let me check and see where it was in my top 10 for 2024.
We gotta put out the only reliable review.
Solid 8 out
Okay,
of 10.
so ranked it's ranked 9. So it's at hold on. So it's at least a 9.6.
Okay. Wait. Let me see what my ratings were. Oh, dang, I got a score.
Because I go by a numerical system.
Okay, mine was I rated mine number 4 out of the movies that I watched last year. If I had to rank it, I'd probably give it. Honestly, I'm giving it a 10 out of 10. I thoroughly enjoyed it.
I give it a 9. I don't have a ranking system. I just give it a 9.
I thoroughly enjoyed it too. There was just other things that year that I witnessed that were better.
Yeah, but yeah.
Well, I mean, I liked better. Not saying that it was worse or whatever. It's just my opinion. It's my opinion.
No.
Controversy sells.
It's
Don't
kind-
apologize.
Yeah.
My opinion is that Sonic 3 is worse than if you say that it's worse than instead of like I rated this thing better than Sonic 3, it just sounds like it's just more pretentious, I think.
Well, no,
Sonic 3
it has a more negative connotation.
Yeah, okay, that was what I was thinking. I don't know why I said pretentious. Sonic 3 is worse than Don to Don.
Because you could be like, I think Pulp Fiction is worse than Citizen Kane, when like they're both considered masterpieces. So it's all about like
not really saying anything in your opinion. It's just like you could literally be saying this 9.5 is worse than this 9.6.
Yeah, like using my ratings as an example, because I rated my movies and TV shows separately. My lowest rated show, I think, was the Baymax Disney Plus series, and that's only because it's a good show, but like there's not much to it. That's why it's my lowest rated show. Versus my lowest rated movie, which is Craven, which is actually like a sin against humanity.
Oh yeah, Craven was like at the bottom. Like, hold on, was it 0? Was it 0? Oh no, it wasn't 0.
You somehow watched something worse than Craven?
Oh no, I read stuff that was worse than Craven. And then, okay, well I did watch something that was worse than Craven. It was Despicable Me 4.
No, No, I disagree with that on every plane of existence. I would watch Despicable 4 100 times, then watch Craven again.
Despicable 4.
Despicable Me 4 was Despicable Me 4 was disappointing. I won't lie. But like,
well, the thing was, the reason why it's an F is because it disappointed me on like so many levels. It like made me it made me mad. It made me mad. Craven I knew was going to be bad.
No, you didn't. That is literally false. Go to our reaction video.
It's false. That's false. I forgot. I have a bad memory.
I knew it was gonna be bad. Physical, actual proof you didn't.
Yeah, you literally.
Okay. No, wait. No, I don't want to be canceled. I don't want to be canceled. I gotta.
When I'm editing this,
I'm a Craven fan. Don't lie to us.
When I edit this, I'm gonna specifically put the timestamp.
Stop it. No, stop it. No, I'm trying to right my wrongs here. I'm trying to say that you're right. I wanted it to be good. I was having like Venom expectations of it, but like it didn't hurt me as bad. I don't think
it hurt me because I wasted time watching it.
I loved how terrible it was.
I love the scene with the. I love the scene with the.
What you spend talking about Craven makes me so glad I missed it.
Yeah, but did you watch me, Branson, and Denton react to it at least?
Yes.
It was so you can't. It's just so bad, like because Despicable Me 4 at least has a plot and characters with motives.
No.
Yeah, you're right, but the thing is, I can remember everything in Craven.
I don't. That was a blur.
You know, if Craven's a blur for me, then Despicable Me 4 is like a smudge.
I feel like a blur is worse than a smudge.
Okay, well, a blurry smudge.
Okay, talk about Murder Jones, Din, since you loved it so much.
Well, you make it sound like I hated it, but in reality, I gave it a B.
Oh, by the way, this is probably the part where Presley's watching and he's gonna click off. I don't know if you've seen Murder Jones, so, bye, Presley.
Murder Drones.
Okay.
I enjoyed it, that is all. But okay, I will expand. I've thought about this. I've been thinking about this. I've been waiting to talk about Murder Drones on the podcast. And I understand that it's a very, mystery-ridden show, and I like the appeal of it, but I don't feel like it just never caught me, or should I say more accurately, never skewered me. Like how they do in the like how the murder robots do in the show. It just never caught me. I don't understand
The appeal.
The appeal. I don't understand it. And
I actually. Oh, go ahead.
I was just going to say, it just reminds me of that meme you sent me where it was like, Murder Drones fans like going on about their mediocre series, saying it's like peak cinema, and that's exactly how I feel. Not to say mediocre means bad, because again, a B tier for me is a 6 or a 7 out of 10. I would honestly give this show like a 7, because I think it is really good. I just don't think, I feel like sorry
to interrupt, but I do remember when you and I were watching the series, I did actually write down what your biggest complaints about it were. And your two biggest complaints, from what I remember, is that you didn't like Uzi as a protagonist, and that you thought some of the world building and like how they balanced the tone was inconsistent. So those were your two biggest criticisms.
I feel like whenever I watch Murder Drones, I feel like I'm missing something. Like, I'm missing the appeal. I'm missing the hype behind it. And, maybe in that pursuit, I've kind of been led to this misconception that everyone thinks it's peak, which, turns out probably isn't the truth.
Yeah.
Definitely isn't.
I mean, there's a reason. I do know some fans are very salty, and they accuse Digital Circus of like taking like attention away from Murder Drones. But like, if you look at Murder Drones' numbers even before Digital Circus, they never got to the heights that Digital Circus has. So.
Oh yeah, no.
So it was never a case of like, oh, they just focused more on this, or they stole the attention from this. Murder Drones had its fans and it had its niche, and with those fans, it was able to appeal to them and give them what they wanted, which was a horror comedy. Although
more horror than comedy.
Yeah, and that was one of your major complaints about how they don't balance the horror and comedy very well, and some of the comedy, it kind of comes at the expense of the world building.
It's just like, okay, so explain to me why in the first episode when the murder drones are killing robots, it's like, oh my gosh, it's a big deal. But then in the camp counselor episode, they literally kill one in front of each other, like multiple of them, I think, or just one. I don't know, but
it was multiple.
It's partly for the gag, but I think it's mostly it's mostly for the gag. But I also think it's part of a joke of like teenagers like fall off trends, and like after they found out that like they're kind of chill, even though they're like still killed one of them, it's like, oh, who really cares? On to the next trend. Those are bro, murder drones are so last year.
Yeah, bro, those robots that used to hunt and kill us, they fell off.
To me, that's just poor world building, though. Like, and I know Nat raised this point one time, like, oh, this is meant to be implied, like, this is a little bit into the, like, this is like a couple weeks later, a couple months later, or something like that. But like, the show doesn't make that clear, I don't think.
I don't remember it.
It's a thing of their robots, and they don't really care about their own death that much. Like, they legitimately might not have self-preservation like programmed in. The traumatized program is so last year. They just
it's just the teenage bot specifically. Yeah, my biggest problems with the series is that I get that it's a mystery. I 100% I get that. So some things aren't going to make sense, and then you piece them together. But I feel like even after watching it and getting to the finale, stuff still didn't click. I had to really go back and rewatch stuff and watch videos explaining it to like fully understand the story. And I don't know why that is. I don't know if it's because they needed more episodes or more one time. I just feel like for example, the episode where inside of N's memories, right? They don't do a good job of distinguishing what is part of the memory, what actually happened, and what is, being influenced, because this isn't his actual memory. It's like a dream/vision. They don't do a good job of distinguishing what happened and what didn't happen.
Yeah, I'll get that.
And the sad part is, honestly, just like what you said, whenever you got to the end of the episode, end of the series, and you just still felt confused about everything that was going on. The sad part about it was with me, when I got to the end, I just didn't care. And that's and I'm not saying that to be a jerk or anything. I've said this, it just didn't get me. I didn't get it. It just didn't enthrall me into the mystery like some other shows do. More recently, I watched Heavenly Delusion. I didn't actually understand it, but I was enthralled by it. I loved it, but
Yeah.
it had a good mystery. And by the end, Nat, if you remember, when we got to the end of the season, I thought I understood it, but then you proved me immediately wrong.
Yeah.
But hey, I cared about it. I did not care about Murder Jones's mystery. It was by the end, it was okay, this is confusing, and I kind of, I'm done with the show now. I'm gonna put on my ranking.
I did care about the mystery, and even after it ended, I still cared. It's just like I said, I was just so confused, and that's really the biggest problem with the series, is that it just feels very confusing. Because, the stuff I like about it is the stuff everyone else likes about it. The animation's great, the horror aspects are very well done. I like pretty much all of the characters, including Uzi. I really enjoy Uzi as a protagonist. It's all of the good stuff there, I think it at the very least balances with the negative aspects of the show, where I watched it and I was like, you know what? I like that. I don't know if I would call myself a huge fan, but I don't feel bad at having watched it.
You don't feel like it wastes your time.
Yeah. Yeah, it didn't waste my time. There were aspects about it that I loved and enjoyed. And maybe I even will rewatch it at some point in the future. But, for what it was, I watched this and I liked it. Nothing no masterpiece, but it also wasn't Kraven the Hunter, so it's pretty good in my book.
Hey, oh yeah, I remember you sending me that picture with Mario and Mario and Luigi Paper Jam, right beside Jeff the Killer.
Oh yeah,
yeah, because I ranked it above Jeff the Killer.
Well, that's good, and we all know Jeff the Killer is a peak story with no flaws, and it's masterfully written.
Well, which one? The old one or the rewrite?
The old one. I actually did rank the rewrite. Let me see where I put it. I think it's an S tier. Let me double check. Yep, the rewrite is in S tier. Which rewrite are you talking about? You talking about the posture rewrite? Because that's what I ranked.
Well, I guess either one would be fine.
Did you listen to the posture rewrite?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I thought that was peak. I thought it was peak fiction, so I put it in there.
Speaking of creepypasta, Rahshawn, so the other night, me, Haley, and Denton, we were in a Discord call, and we were talking about the really bad Slenderman movie that they made. And so I made the joke that ChatGPT could make a better story, and we asked ChatGPT to make a story for a Slenderman movie. Also,
did you hear about the Slenderman ChatGPT?
Yes.
Then go here, downloads. Alright, there you go. There's our FMB Studios the Slender Man. Written by ChatGPT. What if Haley actually wrote this herself and she's just been waiting for the perfect opportunity to share it with someone?
Oh my gosh, Haley. Haley, we love it. We can greenlight this to Blumhouse.
Yes. FNAF is a
more stuff. Like employee stuff that employees came out with or something like that.
What
I
on
don't know if
earth
that's
is ChatGPT this good, bro? It cooked.
Yeah, okay, so you agree. This is an actual good story.
They actually go in the woods. It actually has weird distorted stuff. It actually follows along with the lore. All right. And that twist ending where it turns out that you didn't actually escape and it let you escape so that it could spread its influence further.
Yeah, like, and also, like, where's the line? Dang, where is it? Oh yeah, the line that says the Slender Man isn't a single entity but a force that feeds on fear and despair. Like, that's just literally what Slender Man is. Like, it's lore accurate because that's how Slender Man operates. The more he's
obviously more accurate, and obviously read up on all of the AO3 fanfics on Slenderman, and therefore knew the tropes that it was supposed to use. Because remember, ChatGPT is all colon content.
I think we're doomed as a species. I think the robots are going to take over. I mean, this is peak
That movie's just that bad.
Yeah. Well, wait, Sean. What do you know about the actual Slenderman movie?
I watched a video on. I have several horror YouTubers that like kind of do plot synopsis.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, I don't even. All I remember specifically is main character girl finds a legend thing. I think there's a part where she runs away from it in a library. I don't want to hear that. Entire movie's a blur of bad choices.
Basically, there's a video to encapsulate how bad the movie is. There's a video on YouTube called "Every Slenderman Scene in Slenderman," and it's 3 minutes, and half of it is still filler. Slenderman is only in his movie for like a minute and a half of screen time. The movie. And the reason why is because the movie was originally going to be based off the real-life story of the two teenage girls who tried to stab their friend to death as a sacrifice to Slenderman. It was going to be based off that. But obviously, that would have been way too controversial, and the families of the victim who survived, they were like, yeah, no, we don't want you to make a movie about that. So, like, at the last minute, they had to cut and take stuff out. So there's stuff in the movie, so there's less Slenderman, and there's stuff in the movie that just doesn't make sense. Like there's one point where one of the main girls gets brainwashed by Slenderman. She basically becomes one of his proxies, even though they don't call them that. But then and then she disappears for like a good hour, and then she comes back, and like she's just perfectly fine now. Like no explanation, no longer brainwashed. She's just like completely normal again. Like the movie is just not scary. There's no Slenderman. It doesn't make sense. It's just really bad. But still probably better than Craven.
I don't know, Matt. You want to test those waters?
We're not watching it.
Let's watch it tonight.
No.
Okay. Now, also, I love how you said that earlier that this is the ChatGPT thing is accurate to Slenderman lore because that's how Slenderman operates. I love that you said specifically operates because that's a name given to Slenderman.
That was actually fully intentional. I definitely meant that.
Okay, well, what series is Slenderman called the Operator?
I know.
You're not talking to the idiot faggot.
That could be any one of us. What is it called? Is it not just called the Operator? No, it's not. Wait, no, please don't kill me, please. I know.
What's the series called? What's the web series called where Slenderman is referred to as the operator?
It's off the tip of my tongue. It's definitely not Slenderman.
10, 9,
Please, do. I have a family.
7, 6.
Think about Harley. Think about my sister.
3, 2, 1. Marble Hornet. The series is called Marble Hornets.
Okay, that's what it was. So, see, I thought I knew what it was.
Yeah, that's the series where he's called the operator, which, like I said, it just gave me flashbacks when you said, oh, that's how Slenderman operates. He's the operator.
Yeah, like I said, that was totally intentional. Definitely not unintentional.
He's he's a straight white male.
A straight white man. Also, Slenderman's design in the movie is kind of weird. I've actually seen people say they really like it. Where he doesn't have an actual suit and tie, it's part of his, skin. Wait, let me see if I can find a straight white man.
That's not Slenderman.
Wait, Slender Man movie.
This is Slenderman. It's Slenderman.
Also, here's the Slenderman design from the movie.
I don't mind it, but I wish he was less wrinkled and
What, wait, Sean?
I wish
A little bit.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Like a 4.
Yeah, I get the vision. I see the vision. Like, the idea that his quote-unquote suit is just these, skin flaps, I can kind of see how that could work. But, I don't know, I need just that classic suit and tie.
It's too iconic.
Yeah.
Okay, but hear me out. The whole reason that Slenderman has that suit is so he can, even if he is spotted, he can look friendly, like he's a regular dude without a face. Making this stuff like his skin flaps just makes him look like an eldritch creature.
Well, that's what he is in the movie, yeah. That's what.
But the thing about Slenderman is he doesn't want to look that way. He wants to look inviting as he screws with your brain.
Yeah, and also since he mostly targets and preys on kids.
He's like, oh look, I'm a suit. I have a suit. I'm like your father. You can trust me.
My father has a face.
Don't worry about that. I just put a lot of makeup on it. That's why it's so white. I put makeup over my.
I put on a bunch of white makeup in a random Tuesday.
Is this a roleplay session where I'm Slenderman and Haley's just Haley in the middle of the woods?
No, we should make that skit. We should.
Slenderman talks like this.
No, it's just actual Slenderman, and he tries to kidnap a child, but the child is just so naive that he just lets them go because he feels bad.
Haley, I don't think you understand. I'm going to make you my proxy. You are going to stab all your friends.
No, bad.
The Slenderman, even that's better than the movie.
No, you see, I'm gonna make you my proxy. And you're gonna hurt your friend. And you're gonna stab your friends. But that would hurt them. They wouldn't be friends anymore.
That's the point, you moron. That's the freaking point. Just do it.
Wait, we can write Haley better than Haley.
No.
I know she said oh no, but it sounded like Haley said hell no.
Because I come up with these brilliant ideas that rival even the geniuses of cinema like Martin Scorsese himself. Meanwhile, you over here.
Nat. Sit happens. That's all I'm gonna say.
They don't know about that. You can't leak. You're under.
Nat, you know what? I'll give you this. You can write comedy. Even if it's not the best sometimes, you can write good comedy. I can't do comedy. I'm not good at jokes. I'm good at telling a story, though.
Yeah, that's why we combine our brains. You come up with an actual story, then I come up with the comedy and characters.
And I tell you what's good and what isn't, and then we.
The reason why I'm good at writing comedy is because I follow Dashy's advice whenever he wrote his skits. He wrote what makes him laugh. Like, if he has a funny idea, that's what he like, something that makes him laugh. That's what he makes, and that's what I do. Like, I know you don't like some of my brand of humor, but like, it makes me laugh, so that's why I do it.
Yeah, your humor is like about like 35% humor that we can all agree with, and the rest of that is so.
Wait, the what's the rest of it?
Brain
The rest
rot.
of 35, that'll be about 65%.
Yeah, but what did you say that you said the 35% was humor that?
Brain rot.
Oh,
35% is humor that we can all agree with, and the rest of it is brain rot.
yeah, but like that's no. I feel like if you go through all the
You know you love
skits,
being the Riddler, you love being Alpha, you love your skibbity, we know.
no, I don't. I promise. I don't need help.
You do that.
I don't need help.
Crash Out
Yeah,
Chef is a
maybe.
brain rotten skit. The
How is
entire-
Crash Out Chef brain rotted? It's based on a true story. I just love.
You see, this is why you need to be on this. You see, that's why you need to be on the writing team. I may not be able to create, wacky scenarios and stuff, but like, I can keep the writing under control.
I can't remember if we mentioned it during our interview with Branson, but the way we wrote Crash Out Chef is me, him, and Braden got in a call one night, and so the original video was based off like an actual like TikTok story where this guy was talking about he left a bad review, and then the chef emailed him saying he was going to beat him up. That's all the story was, and we took that and as we're like on the call and we're writing down ideas. Somehow we turn that into, Branson gets violently stabbed, and we have a big anime battle. Like, our brain cells combine into, well, not even a whole brain cell, a half a brain cell.
Yeah, a brain rot cell. It's
A brain cell that was rotting.
But would you rather have those kind of skits, Outside In, Crash Out Chef, or would you rather have like the boring, bland ass like Miss Benjamin skits that she would constantly force us to make, where we couldn't be?
Oh god!
Definitely not the Miss Benjamin skits, but like
Shout out to Miss Benjamin.
The one that
No
you just
disrespect.
get in a car with Dayton waiting for the plug is way less brain than whatever Outside In was. I think Outside In has to be the most brain rot one of
I'll have to agree on that.
I love there's so much I love about that. I love Wrath in his introduction where he just comes out the door and he's like, shut the fuck up, and then the next time we see him he just calmly walks out and looks at the camera. Shut the fuck up. Or homophobia. So I don't know if you noticed, Rahshawn, but so Braden was the homophobia emotion was not only British, but he was wearing an American flag shirt. And the only reason we made him British was so we could make the whole now if you excuse me, mate, I'm gonna step outside and smoke a couple of fags. That's the only reason we made him British, so we could get away with saying that. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what y'all are talking about. I think my short films are just like actual masterpieces, and I can't wait to get a full movie budget so we make the most like nonsensical film ever made.
Yeah, we'll get a great
version of Apathetic Therapist had me just recite the kill yourself now speech.
Yeah, I was
word for word, bar for bar.
Yeah, and you were like, nah, I'll just improvise. The plug skit with me and Denton. So that only exists because me and Denton were hanging out, obviously, and we were bored, and so I was like, let's just film something and just like do random stuff. And that's what that was. My favorite part about that skit, my favorite joke, is how like half of the skit is just me explaining the plot of Infinity War, and then I get to the end and Denton's just like, yeah, I know, I watched it when it came out. Like or like I like the insinuation that I assaulted Denton, where like
No, you totally did.
no, like you never see it. It cuts away. It cuts away.
You like fully took it.
As a behind the stage actor, I think Denton would know, Nat.
No, he's lying.
Yeah, I know.
He's trying to cancel me. No, that actually didn't happen. That actually didn't happen. Yeah. Also,
Remember, controversy sells, alright?
no, we don't
Yeah, I know.
wait people. We don't assault
took out
people.
my little Denton.
So are you saying that we are not associated with P. Diddy?
That literally pulled a P. Diddy on me. After they took off my shirt, they started rubbing baby oil on me.
Babe, you didn't have to tell
There's a
them.
worse answer to are we associated with P. Diddy than just leaving the call.
God, that was amazing. Oh, don't forget the classic, actually called Brainrot Roommate. That was
Oh my god.
that was
supposed to get a sequel.
what way, Sean?
Isn't that one supposed to get a sequel?
Yeah, it's kind of stuck in production hell right now because there's multiple different ideas and conflicts of interest with certain actors. So the original idea, okay, only y'all can know this, and the people watching the podcast. So the original idea was that I was gonna come back to life. It was gonna be revealed that when he shot me in the back of the head, because my brain was so rotted, it couldn't be destroyed any further, so I managed to survive. And I was basically going to come back, and I was going to fight Jake's character, and have, like, this big anime battle. But then, I had a talk with Jake's girlfriend recently, and she was like, what if you were a ghost that was haunting Jake? And I was like, ooh, that sounds cool. And she was like, it could be a parody of that one episode with Boondocks. When
he comes back from hell.
Yeah, and
Snake Meter comes from hell and possesses forgot white black man Tom.
Yeah, and she was basically like, it should be a parody of that episode, but with Brainrot Roommate's ghost.
I got you, Nat. Could I come in as a priest and start whipping you with the belt?
Yes. Oh, you mean for the skit? Oh. Yeah.
Oh no, I mean
that was good.
I'm just saying, if you're open to new things.
No, we do it for the skit. But you gotta go all out. You gotta get the full outfit, the cross, and everything.
I'm not Catholic though. I can't come in a priest garb.
Oh, well, never mind then.
I can come in a preacher garb, which is like just a Sunday best.
Yeah, that'll work. We're also talking about doing a sequel to Outside In.
What would that equally be?
Okay, here, once again, I'm letting y'all in on some secret knowledge.
Sometimes sounds like Muscle Man.
So, Outside In 2, I'm still working on, like, ideas, but right now, the idea I have is that it's gonna be a year after the events of the first, and my character, because of his crush rejecting him, has developed a galaxy gas addiction. And,
oh my goodness.
And okay, so there's an abandoned house, like literally right now. So there's a house right down the street from my place that is completely abandoned, and you can just like go in, and like the place is really dirty. Basically, my two brothers are the film's gonna begin with my two brothers like walking in there, and I'm gonna be in my underwear. I'm gonna look like a junkie. And basically the plot is that they try to send me to rehab to get over my addiction, and before they manage to take me away, I get one last hit of the galaxy gas, which knocks me unconscious, and the rest of the skit is all of the emotions like assembling, and they basically have to go on a journey through my brain to find the source of my addiction in order to save me before all my brain cells die from galaxy gas.
This sounds like the sort of thing where it looks like they're just about to win, and then you die.
yeah. Like, well, no, we have to leave room open in case they make an Inside Out 3, and then we have to make an Outside In 3.
You gonna rehab this?
No, you see, the obvious open is that after you died, if there's an outside in 3, inside out 3, outside in 3, you come back to life as a zombie.
Oh my god! That's just all of our sequels to our skits are just people coming back from the dead. Because like here, actually, let me tell you some of like because we're gonna introduce new emotions, right? Let me pull up the list of the emotions I want to introduce, and who they'll be and who some of them will be played by. Okay, let's see. Okay, so one of the new characters is going to be Curiosity, and literally all he does is ask questions. He like some of his lines. What the hell is that? What's going on? What does that mean? Like that's all like his character does. Allows us to have exposition. Then we're gonna have the panic attack emotion played by Haley. She's just gonna be off in the corner, just hyperventilating the whole time. What else? Okay, the new emotions. So we're gonna have toxic masculinity, played by Brayden. We're gonna have jealousy. Yeah, we're gonna have jealousy, hate, racism, played by my black friend Jody. So it's okay. We're gonna have the literally me emotion, and it's gonna be a parody of Ryan Gosling.
Right.
Huh?
Why is that the parody of Ryan Gosling?
Because a lot of people make edits of him and say, "Oh, he's literally me."
This.
And then we're gonna have intrusive thoughts, and that's gonna be an I Show Speed parody. And then lastly we have the nonchalant emotion. So those are all the new emotions we're introducing.
Are any of the old ones coming back?
Yes. Oh yeah, we also introduced the annoyed emotion, but they only have one line. So flight. So the two main ones coming back are depression and happiness. They're gonna be the main characters. Flight has a few scenes. Flight has like a few scenes, and then Raph's gonna come back, but it's gonna be revealed that in between the first and second skit, he went to therapy, so now his name is Calm.
I guess that's what a ton of galaxy gas will do to you.
Yeah, it mellows you out.
Actually, that should be canon. The therapy should just be the galaxy gas.
Now, Rahshawn, you're probably wondering what happened to your character. So, at some point in the skit, one of the emotions is gonna ask, where's horny at? Where's the horny emotion? And, like, one of the other emotions is gonna be like, oh, we took him round back and put him down.
It's the whole bit.
Yeah, that's it.
That's killed your sex drive.
Yeah, yeah, that's the joke. Your sex drive is gone. But yeah, the reason why I didn't want to kill my character at the end is because I wanted to do a post-credit scene where, like, you know, he gets therapy and he gets, you know, rehab, like he gets sober and life is good, and then you introduce the gender dysphoria emotion. And that would set up a potential outside in 3. And obviously the gender dysphoria emotion would be played by yours truly. Yeah, that's all I have planned so far for Outside In 2 and Brainrot Roommate 2. Two of the most highly anticipated sequels.
Hear me out, alright? You live, right? And then the post-credit scene happens, right? Where the new emotion is revealed, and then one of the other ones just goes, "All right, put it back in." You just see them walk off with the core of why the galaxy gas addiction. To go put it back in.
wait. So like the gender dysphoria emotion shows up, and then one of the other emotions just makes me addicted to galaxy gas again.
Yes. So
I
there's never Inside Out 2.
there's never outside in 3.
Back.
No, and then after that, we just have like a blank screen with like one line of text that says they then got addicted to drugs to galaxy gas and died. They got re-addicted to galaxy gas and died.
And then it has the ... Or did they?
Wait. So I developed a galaxy gas addiction because my crush turned me down. I got sober, got re-addicted, and then potentially got sober again.
I think because no, you don't actually show the emotion putting it back. So either
it's like left up
to the universe where Inside Out 3 never happens. They managed to do it without a hitch.
Ooh.
The universe where Inside Out 3 comes out, it turns out that the other emotions stop them from doing it.
Okay, I really like that idea. You know, leave it open ended.
You know, Nat,
what?
your ideas are so peak that they are making me drift off to sleep.
Thank you.
What I mean is, I think it is time for me to leave all of you.
Oh, well, is this where we should end the podcast then?
Oh, no, y'all
Sounds
have to end
like a good place.
Do y'all think? I mean, I don't have to. I don't have to. Well, I mean, I do. I would like to leave, but like, y'all don't have to. End it.
I don't know. I feel like the first podcast of the year having the last section be about
The future.
What's up for the channel feels appropriate.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, that works. That works then.
All right, Nat. Do you finally have a stolen outro, or
No.
are we sticking without 2 outros?
Okay, outro. Let me think. YouTubers.
Again. Don't
know where, don't know when, I will meet some sunny day.
Well, guys, with that terrible song, with that terrible cover of an amazing song, you know, if we were all on a boat, all right, and I was the captain, we'd probably all die. But hey, at least we die alone together. See y'all next time.